All right, folks, it's a classic. See, God controls the weather, okay, and he speaks to me the message. Joy, joy, joy. Massive joy day today, massive joy message in the weather, okay? So let's walk through this. God has ordained a perfect haze so that you can literally stare straight at the white sun all day long. The Lord gave this to me years ago, okay? And the message is screaming out, rejoice, okay? And this haze has provided the perfect temperature cooling, okay? For us in this region, otherwise it would have been very hot these past 2 days, like uncomfortably hot. But because of the haze from the forest fires, it is literally the perfect temperature for me to walk outside. And that is the gift of God. So the word of the Lord came to me today, haze. This came to me years ago, the joy of haze. And the Lord did this years ago when he provided haze in order for it not to be so hot for me to be outside. Okay? So haze equals 40, pure fives. And then if you say it's hazy, it's 20 points higher. But it's all fives, the number of joy. And like, look at that. Okay? That is what you call a message from God. What is he saying? He's saying rejoice. Rejoice equals white, equals delight, equals today, and all the rest of it. Like, you can stare perfectly. You can stare perfectly at the white sun with no sunglasses all day long. What is God saying to you by providing the haze, which divides by 5, to do that? He is saying, rejoice, rejoice, rejoice. A word from the Lord came to me a while ago. Rejoice today, dearly beloved. Every word equals 65, which equals delight. Okay? I'm here to tell you that I hear God's voice often and clearly, and I write it down. It's my full-time job. That's what I do. Okay? That is like the most perfect... That is like the most perfect white O in the sky that you've ever looked at for the sun. Okay? And it's been like that for most of the day. And of course, the color gray divides by 5. It equals 55, equals sky, equals cloud. Okay? So the message is always rejoice. Okay? And then what did God ordain for me today at lunch? The Lord put this idea into my mind a couple days ago. He also put it into the mind of my brother. Came out of his mouth this morning, and I knew we had to do it. We went for buffet lunch, okay, at Newlands Golf and Country Club here in Langley. And guess how many of us there were exactly? 5. 5 Christian brothers. And the 5th one, who I'd never seen in my life, is Matthew, which equals 90. He came from out of town. He's just here for the weekend. And the message from God, again, is joy. Joy, joy, joy. 5 is the number of joy. And then buffet divides by 5. Buffet is 60, okay? Lunch equals father and all the rest of it, okay? And we hit it out of the park. Now remember, okay, today is Saturated Saturday, okay? I'm like a master of eating because God has told me the key. God has told me how to be the most victorious human in the universe for maximum happiness and health all the days of your life. I start my day with God food. Remember, breakfast begins with break equals cocoa, okay? So this morning, I had a whole bunch of cocoa, God food, with water, and some organic bananas, okay? And a few bites of tuna and a few bites of black beans, okay? That's just, what I had this morning before going to the buffet. And ask anyone who knows me, I can kill a buffet out of the park like no other human. That's just the way God made me. I can eat so much in one sitting of every variety and do so with total pleasure, and people are shocked, okay, by what I do and how well I eat. Now, one key to that is if you do the God food first diet, that is what takes you to that promised land. Because the God food first diet, okay, your cocoa powder with water in abundance, especially first thing in the morning, opens up all of your veins, okay, for the entire day, okay? so that your entire body is ready, like a well-cleared highway system, for all of the new nutrients to come in and get distributed pleasurably, gorgeously. You'll discover that you can eat an incredible buffet without feeling the slightest bit tired or groggy afterwards. I ate a good 4-plate buffet. Just fantastic, okay? And then don't touch any gluten or wheat, because that will make you groggy instantly. Some people are more sensitive to than others, but we've been through this. Wow. I'm like, that is a perfect white O. There's also other colors that divide by 5. Orange, bronze, cream, white, tan, okay? All of those colors divide by 5. O equals 15. It's like a king number for 5. But my friends, like, have you ever seen such a beautiful, starable daytime sun in your life since the last time God ordained this message, okay, with haze years ago? I think it was 2 years ago, when the Lord spoke to me that he ordained the haze for my joy and for everyone's joy, because, okay, it makes for a cooler temperature outdoors, okay, than it otherwise would be. And for us in this region, it makes it absolutely perfect. Okay, the weather forecast originally thought it was going to be like a scorching 31 degrees Celsius today. Well, God has a better plan. It's called haze, which equals 40. It's a joy package. I mean, I can't stop looking at that thing because it's so incredibly perfect. Like, everywhere you look, in the sky, it's pure gray. Like, just flat gray. Like, just across the whole sky. Except for this perfect white circle known as the sun. Which equals Father, half a Father, okay? But the message from God that he's saying to me right now is rejoice. Rejoice today, dearly beloved. So the word rejoice has an O at the dead center. It literally, okay, you make a work of art with that, with the sun as the O. Rejoice today, dearly beloved. Rejoice, rejoice, rejoice. Choose joy, choose joy, choose joy. Joy, joy, joy. Rejoice, rejoice, rejoice. That is the message that God has always been bringing me for a long time now, okay? Amazing. Wow. So we had a 5-star buffet with 5 brethren at the table, exactly 5. The 5th one, named Matthew, which equals 90, from out of town, never seen or met him until this weekend. Today is Saturated Saturday, so I had my abundant cocoa powder with water, okay, for breakfast in the morning before the lunchtime buffet. Okay, and the reasons that you do that, okay, you put God food first because God comes first in our lives. The scientific reasons that you do that, other than the sheer joy and bliss and pleasure factors, is that it opens up all, oh man, it's just pure paradise. It's just, I'm like, the Spirit just leads me to do all these things. And then I can analyze the snot out of it afterwards and, dig into the science and all that stuff. But I really don't have to. I just am led by the Spirit, and it's pure paradise at all times. So choose maximum joy today. Incredible. So it's going to be an awesome rest of the day.